With the sixth chapter from your economics book of grade 12, and the name of the chapter is Market Mechanism, Equilibrium, Price and Quantity in a Competitive Market. So already we came across the term. What is the meaning of equilibrium? The term equilibrium in general means a state of balance. Okay, it indicates a situation where the forces are working in the opposite direction, like price and demand, right? Like supply and demand, all this tends to move in the opposite direction. So these forces are brought to a balance. This is called the equilibrium position. Equilibrium refers to a state of rest. Okay, so equilibrium, in simple terms, we can say equilibrium refers to a situation in which the quantity demanded of a commodity equals to the quantity supplied of a commodity. This means equilibrium is quantity demanded of a commodity is equal to the quantity supplied of a commodity in a market. So this is the meaning of equilibrium. And what is the meaning of disequilibrium? Disequilibrium means when the quantity demanded is not equal to the quantity supplied. We say that the market is in disequilibrium. Means as much the supply is needed, as much the demand is there, maybe supply will increase, supply will decrease, or as much the supply is done, the demand will increase or demand will decrease. It will never come to a rest position, never meet in a point. That is a disequilibrium. So there is another term, equilibrium price. The price at which the quantity demanded of a commodity equals to the quantity supplied is known as equilibrium price. At equilibrium, all the three, that is price, demand and supply, are equilibrium. Means all the three factors, price, the demand and supply, all are resting in a single point. Okay, so all will come at a single point, all will meet in a single point. So we will try to understand the demand side of the equilibrium. Demand side means it is dealing with the consumers or with the buyers. How much the person will be ready to pay? Buyers demand a commodity because it possesses utility. Utility means whenever we are using it, whenever you using the commodity, we are getting satisfaction. It is satisfying our want. So how much will the consumer ready to be paying it? Maximum price. What will be the maximum price that a person will be ready to give? That is a marginal utility. What is the marginal utility of that commodity? That much price he will be ready to pay. Okay, if he finds, or if the consumer finds that the marginal utility is less and the price is more, then that amount will not be paid by the consumer. What is the supply side? Supply side means it is dealing with the producer side. Sellers aim to earn profit, right? Therefore, they would like to charge as high a price as possible, right? So at least they will be charging the marginal cost of production. Marginal cost of production is therefore the lowest limit of the price. They are having one highest limit. They want to earn more profit. They are having a lowest limit, right? And the consumers are having their demand side. How much price they are going to pay? The amount of marginal utility. The higher the marginal utility will be, the higher the price will be given, right? So you can understand both of the things are moving in an opposite direction. Equilibrium price can be considered as a commonly agreed price by the buyers and the sellers of a commodity. So at a given price, how much the seller is ready to sell and how much quantity the consumer is ready to receive at a given price, that is being measured here. The equilibrium price, therefore, is the price at which the consumers are willing to purchase the same quantity of a commodity which producers are willing to sell. The amount that is bought and sold at equilibrium price is called the equilibrium quantity. Next in your book we are having the quantity price and the equilibrium price and quantity in a competitive market. Okay, we are analyzing the competitive market right now, and we will do this with the help of a demand schedule. We are having a schedule given in your book. You can see table 6.1, demand and supply schedule for shirts. So what is the demand and what is the supply? We will try to understand it with the help of a single schedule, and in a single table we will try to analyze it. So what was law of demand? If you remember, law of demand is when the price will increase, the demand will decrease. That means price and demand will move in the opposite direction. This is law of demand. What is law of supply? Law of supply is price and supply will move in the same direction, right? So we are analyzing demand and supply schedule of shirts. First column you can see in the book. What is given? First column, they're saying us that price per shirt. Okay, each shirt is having, like, first their price of the shirt is 1,000 rupees, then 900, then 800, then 700, then 600. Gradually they have given an example of decreasing the price. You can see quantity demanded for 1,000 shirts. So quantity demanded here per month. Okay, quantity demanded, that means this column is on the behalf of the consumers. How much the consumer is ready to demand at the given price. And this is next, the third column, we are having quantity supplied. This is from the producer's side, that how much quantity the producer is ready to supply in the market for sell at a given price. Next is the market position, and the last column is telling us about the effect of price. So from the very last column, that is column number 5, we can understand that rupees 800 per shirt, when the per shirt is costing rupees 800, that is the time where we are having the equilibrium. There we are having the equilibrium. You can see the quantity demanded and the quantity supplied is same, 45,000, and here also 45,000, right? So we are saying this is an equilibrium. Let us consider rupees 700 first or rupees 600 first. Okay, so price have decreased from 800 to 600. As the price got decreased from 800 to 600, you can see how much the producer is supplying. The producer is supplying 20,000 shirts in the market, and the consumers are ready to buy those shirts with rupees 600, that is 70,000 shirts. So you can understand there is an excess demand and the supply is less, right? In 700 also the same scenario. You can see when the price was from 800, it decreased to 700. We can see that the consumers are demanding 55,000 shirts. That shirt is having 55,000 demand per month, whereas the supply is, the producer is ready to supply at 700, he is ready to supply 35,000 only. So again we are getting that there is a excess demand and the supply is not excess, right? That is what he is saying us about the market position. So if from 800 the market is coming down to 600 and the demand is increasing, the supply is not increasing at that price, so maximum people will not be able to get that commodity. As maximum people will not be able to get that commodity, they will intend to pay little bit more. They will intend to pay little bit more. As they will be ready to pay more, then automatically it will affect the price and the price will start rising, because as there is less of supply and more of demand of that product, automatically it will affect the price. The price will start rising once again. Now let us consider the prices above 800. Okay, you can see there is rupees 1000 given, rupees 900 given. You can see what is the consumers demand. The consumers are demanding at rupees 1000, they're demanding 30,000 shirts, whereas the producer is ready to supply 76,000 shirts. So here we are having excess supply in the market, right? When there will be excess supply and less of demand, automatically the price will start decreasing. Why it will start decreasing? Because the producer will find that his money have got invested, right, and he will try to withdraw it. So in order to just take his cost of production, he will try to give it in the minimum price and really minimize his profit, marginal profit. He will minimize his marginal profit and sell it in the market to get rid of that stock, okay, to get rid of that produced stock. So what he will do, he will supply more and he will decrease the price. Like this, the excess supply will cut off. So whether the price is increased high or the price is increased or decreased, or you can say if the demand is high, demand is low, or the supply is more or the supply is less, everything is affecting the price, and the price is getting determined by this demand and supply, right? So what is the equilibrium? Again, equilibrium here is where the opposite moving forces like the demand and the supply is meeting in a point at a given price. Next, the same thing have been done here with a diagramical presentation. You will understand this with the help of a diagram. You can see your x-axis and y-axis. X-axis is telling us about the quantity demanded and y-axis is telling us about the price. Okay, so as the y-axis is telling us about the price, let us see OP. First is OP. You can see DD. DD is the demand curve, SS is the supply curve. Okay, when price is OP, the quantity demanded is OS. You can see the demand curve and the supply curve is intersecting or cutting each other at this point. This is the equilibrium point. This is E. The amount of demanded of that commodity and the amount of supplied is exactly the same, right, at a given price. So this is equilibrium. When the price got increased to OP1, from P it got shifted, it raised up to P1. You can see the producer is ready to supply more, but the demand have decreased. A is the demand point and B is the supply point. So as the price got increased, all the consumers are not able to get the product. It is out of their reach. Okay, so the demand decreased. So we will find there is excess supply. You can see clearly it's written there is an excess supply of that product. But when the price decreased, it came from maybe from P, it tumbled down to P2. You can see what is the supply. The supply is K. The point K is the supply. And point L is the demand as the price decreased. Okay, so we will find that as the price decreased, there is excess demand of that product in the market. But that is also not an equilibrium because the supply and the demand is not matching. Both the forces of demand and supply are essential to determine the price of a commodity. Okay, in a competitive market, the actual price tends to be equilibrium price at which demand equals supply. This is called demand and supply model. Okay, this is called demand and supply model, and Marshall have named it as Handling and bargaining. Hopefully you understood. Thank you.